Good morning, everyone. Hello, and welcome to the Church360 Unite webinar. Today we'll be talking about customizing your theme. Before we get started, I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Rachel Grody. I am the Associate Marketing Manager here with Concordia Technology Solutions. I have been with Concordia Publishing House for about 3.5 years and with the Concordia Technology Solutions team about 3 months now. So I'm going to hopefully share with you what I've learned in those short few months here about Unite. My contact information is on the screen there. If you have any questions before or after this webinar, please feel free to reach out and contact me. I will share that information later after the presentation too, so do not worry about getting that down right now. A couple of things before we get started. We will be having a 25-minute presentation here on Unite about customizing your theme. I will leave about 5 minutes at the end for questions, but please ask those throughout. There's a little question box on your pop-up when you joined the webinar. Please throw those in there. I might not answer them immediately because I might be answering them later in my presentation, but if I don't answer them, I will get to them at the very end for you. And also, this recording will be shared. We have a lot of training coming up for all of the Church360 products in the next couple of weeks. So once all of those are complete, we will send out an email with links to those videos. They will be on our YouTube page, but this video will be shared with you, so you can refresh or share it with someone else. So today, before we get started, I want to show real quick what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about those themes on Unite, and there's presets there, show you how to use those and change those. We're going to talk about our styles. The Customize button, you may not have noticed that, but I'll show you that. The Advanced setting, I'm going to show you how to clone a theme too. And then we'll have that quick Q&A time that I told you about. So with that, we're going to get started here. I'm going to turn off my video to give a little bit larger of a screen for you. And I'm going to go over to our Unite site. So this is what it looks like when you're logged in as an administrator. As you can see, I'm logged in under Kent. He is our fake pastor here that we all share. But when you're logged in as an admin, you will have this bar up here. And today we're going to focus mainly on this themes button. So when I go in, before I switch over, you'll notice that my theme right now is this white bar, a darker blue bar, and then this navy-ish background. I'm going to go to theme. And the first thing that pops up, you'll see this browse is highlighted and all of these options for you. These are all the themes that you can use in Unite. Now when you click on them, you're going to get a drop down with all these other options. And these are all presets that you can use. They're already made for you, so it's really easy. So I'm going to go under Swatch, and I'm going to pick this gray one. Gray is my favorite color, so I'm going to pick that one. And I'm going to simply click this Apply Theme. I get this message saying that my theme has been changed. So I'm going to close out of that, and I easily change my theme to this gray background one. Now when you're changing your theme or picking out a theme, you want to kind of see what the function of your website is going to be. If you notice these, oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to zoom in my screen a little bit for you, make it a little larger. If it'll do that for me. Let's do it over here. Sorry about that. Hopefully that's a little better for you. Under this vertical theme, you can see how the menu bar is actually going vertical, hence the name. So I'm going to change that theme. It may not look the best with how our page is laid out. Yeah, it's a little scrunched. But all of our menu button would actually go down here if we had a better one set up. So that theme doesn't work great for our site. But there's other ones. Let's go to Modern. See, I changed my theme now. My menu bar is across the top here. And that's a little easier to navigate and looks better for our needs here. I'm going to go back to themes. And you can see how it changes the imagery or the colors for us as well. Here's a nice colorful one that's already made up for us. If you want to have some splash of color on your theme, and here's the menu bar up on the top now instead of down here more on the page. So really quick, those are the preset themes that come in 360 Unite. You are allowed to change themes whenever you like. There is no penalty. Some website providers will charge you every time you want to change your theme. So you are allowed to change that however many times as you like. I'm going to change to this fun orange one. Get nice and bright there for us today. So now I'm going to go back under that theme. Oh, this one has a menu bar up here that pops down. So you see that's a little different too. Maybe that's more of the functionality we want for our site today. So I'm going to do that. But I'm going to go back to themes. And now I'm going to go to styles. Over here on this left-hand side, you see there's browse, styles, customize, and advanced. I'm going to click on styles. Now you see how it's kind of preloaded with all these different fonts. We have block styles, which are more of your headings and titles, and your inline, which is going to be more of your in-paragraph text. Now you can have up to 75 different styles loaded in Unite, but we recommend not getting too many loaded up. As you see, there's this little gauge over here, and the more fonts you have loaded in, the slower the load time of your website. And no one likes to wait for their site to load, so we do recommend that you keep these down to as few as you can. But styles kind of will help to keep your site consistent. A lot of the times church websites will have more than one person working on them. So this way you know that all of your staff names will be formatted the same. This will help to keep a consistent look and feel and to help with the branding of your church and your website there. So we're going to go in and edit one of these styles today. I'm going to change this heading 5 here. I'm not really liking that, so I'm going to change it. So when you click on it, you see you get a preview of what it's going to look like. Now under here, under font family, you see I have all of these choices. Now depending on which theme you choose, you will not have all of these choices. Some just have more font choices than others. So this one has a lot. I'm going to change it. I'm going to make it a little more simple. You can also change the font style. And all of this is the same thing. Not all of the themes will have the same styles. Not everyone will have bold, for example, but mine does. I'm going to make it a little bigger. So I'm going to do 1.45 EM. Now 1 EM, for those of you who are technical, is about 16 pixels. The basic for headings like this on the web is about 1.75, but I'm going to keep it a little smaller because it's not my main heading style I'm working on. You can also add text decor to your headings. If you want to underline it, maybe you want to put a line through it for some reason, but I'm going to leave it underlined to show you how you can do that. I'm also going to change the color. It's a little rusty for me. I'm going to make it a little brighter. So you can simply, if you need to, you can type in the numbers. Maybe you have the hex coding for the color you want. You're able to enter in any of those. You can either simply drag and drop like I did. So maybe instead of that more of a brighter orange, say I want a green. I'm going to simply click down here on the green and drag it down. I'm going to do more of a green apple. It's getting to be fall time here. So I'm going to do that. You can also do a background color. Oops, sorry. You can do a background color. These, it doesn't always look the best, but I want to show you how you can do that. So I'm going to give it a light gray. Maybe I'm trying to make it stand out. You can also add margins to it to give it a little more space. As you can see on this one, I have a 1.5 and a 1.5 margin on this one. I want to make it a little less than that. I'm going to make it 1 for each. Take away some of that spacing. And to get rid of that box and to set those changes, I simply just re-click on that margin box. I'm going to give it some padding too. I want a little more of that gray background I gave it to show. So I'm going to do a 1 as well. And then re-click back there. And simply, if I want to take away, I'm going to make this a smaller margin now that I've added that padding. Take that away. Very easy to update that. And the last thing you can do is you can add a border. Now this is going to look a little obnoxious, but I want to show you how many options you have. You can do a solid border all the way around your box if you like. You can do a dotted, a dashed, or even a double line. And then I can go in and change the color of that line. So I'm going to make it an orangey color like I had before to match that other orange text we have in this style. But say I also want that to be a little thicker. Oops, my mouse is going crazy here. I'm going to make it a 3. Yeah, we'll make it a 5. Make it pretty thick. Now if I click on this little box here next to that number, that's the weight of the line. If I click on that, oh, sorry, if I do this drop down arrow, you can see I can now change every side of the box if I'd like to. So maybe on the bottom I want to make it a dot, and I want to make it really thick. I'm going to make it an 8, and I'm going to make it a crazy line. We'll do a green to match. So I know that's not the best looking style, but I want to show you how you can do all these different options on it. Maybe I really like that, and I want to make a solid line on each side. And I'm also going to make that green. Oops, that did not stick. Make that solid and make it green as well. Now if I were really working on this website, I would pay attention to my numbers over here and make the greens the same. But for time's sake, I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. And again, I know this doesn't look the best, but I want to show you how when we save this, remember I was updating this heading 5 that we already had loaded in. I saved it, and now my heading 5 appears here. And now my font load time is crazy because of how large that is. So I'm actually going to delete this one. Oh, I can't delete this one because it is default for us. But I'm going to take away my border, and I'm going to make my padding a lot smaller just because I don't want that much space showing. So I'm going to save that. There we go. See how it's updated here? No more border or anything like that. So now we're going to move over to this Customize tab. Now this is really easy to use. This will also, the options you have over here are also going to depend on which theme you choose. So this theme that I have chosen has a lot of options for me. Now if I go and change my theme, let's try one of these. So my theme has been changed, and I go to Customize. You can see now I have a lot less options to choose from. So that can be more kind of straight out of the box if you like. Or if you want, let's go back to our materials. Let's do that an orange color again. Back to Customize. You can see now I have a lot more options again. Now I can change, as you can see, the header color. Let's go and make it that green color we've kind of been working with. And my navigation, I want it to be a little darker than that green. It's really easy to use this scroll bar too to pick my color. Maybe you want to change your church website for the color of the church here, say. This way, under Customize, you keep that same layout and build, so you still have that same navigation, all your buttons are going to be the same, but here you're just going to be changing the color up really easy. Say I want to have a banner, this would be where I can add my logo in. So I'm going to go in under Browse. I'm going to navigate to my banner, and see now it's added that logo in for me. It doesn't look the best, but that is just a quick throwing in an image up there. So if you have a transparent logo or maybe a photo of a church event you really want to highlight, you can put it up here instead of maybe having it in this big slider image up here in your website. I can also change, say I just want to simply have my church name up there. I can simply hit clear. It takes that photo out for me. Maybe I want to change that font. You can easily change that font. You see how that's changing for me here. So then that's my style. I would just, or I'm sorry, that's how I'm customizing my style. I would just save it, and now those changes I've made. Remember, we started with an orange header up here, and I updated it to be more of a green. So now if I go back to Themes, under Advanced, this is definitely not my expertise, but maybe your church has someone who does HTML or JavaScript, some kind of coding. This is where they can come in and play with that theme a little bit. Excuse me. Unfortunately, to get to this area for your coder in your church, they would have to have admin rights to your website. But if they do have that skill, they might already have those permissions. So those, you do need to make sure that they have those if they're going to be working on here. So since I do not know much about coding, I cannot show you that. So I'm going to move on to this edit side. This edit is where you can really dig into your theme. Now all of the themes do, as you see this message, they do belong to Church360 Unite. So to edit it, you will have to clone it. So we're going to clone this theme. I'm going to call, ooh, my caps is on. I'm going to call it test theme. So now when I hit create a theme, it's copying it for me. When I go back to themes, you'll see down here, it's this test theme. It is that blue color because I did this customized changing with the colors, but this is our test clone that we just made. So now when I go into edit, I'm in that clone theme right now. This is where your coder can really dig in and do any kind of changes they like. So maybe they want to come in, maybe you don't like how the navigation is working, so you can have them change that up. Maybe you need more space for whatever reason. This is where they can do that. They can play around in here. So you do have a lot of freedom with your themes here with Church360 Unite. The only downfall of themes is that you do have to have an admin permission. Oh, I'm sorry. You do have to have an admin to edit, like I mentioned before. But if there's any kind of updates, your cloned themes will not get those updates. So maybe we release an update for themes. You will have to go in and manually fix those on your cloned theme or reclone it or just change your theme because I showed you how easy that is. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to change those. So that's my theme. Let's do that real quick one more time for you. So I'm going to go to Urban. I'm going to apply this theme. Show you that. Nice simple gray. I'm going to quickly go in. These are all my font styles like I showed before. But I'm going to go in really quick and I'm going to change, let's change my navigation color. I want it to be a purple, maybe a little darker. I'm going to save my changes. See how easy that is? And the black just shows you which one I'm actually on. So that is really quickly how you can easily navigate and change your themes. It's very simple, very easy to do. Anyone can do it. Certain changes under here, under themes, will need admin rights. But like I said, if they're going to be in there playing with the coding of your site, they probably already have those sites. So I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint. Whenever we do have updates, we do like to share with them, with our users. So if the best way to get that information is to subscribe to our blog. If you go to 360unite.com/blog, we do a post every time there's an update. And you can kind of set up when you want those emails. If you want to be emailed instantly whenever there's a new blog post, you can. Or if you just want to once a month email with the blog updates, that is also an option. You get to set your frequency, which is really nice because we all get lots of emails. So we know your time is valuable and we want to email you when you want to be emailed. But that is one of the best ways to get the updates on Unite is to sign up for that blog. And again, there's my contact information, my email, and my office phone. If I'm not there, do leave a message and I will get back to you. And that is our software support line. They are awesome. They can answer any questions you have as well. So please feel free to reach out to them as well. Maybe if it's a little more technical, I would suggest reaching out to them. As I said, I'm not the coder at all. I'm the marketer. But I do know Unite, and I would be happy to help you. So I'm going to leave my info up on there on the screen for you if you need to write that down. But if you do have any questions, please type them up in that question box, and I will answer them for you as best I can. And if I cannot answer your questions, I will reach out to you after the fact. I will find the answer and email you still today. And if you're watching this as a recording, same thing. If you have questions, please email me, give me a call, and I would still be happy to answer these questions. I'm not seeing anything come through for questions on my end, but I'll wait a couple minutes here if you do, if you're still typing it out. Well, as I wait here, if you have questions, I do want to thank you for your time today. I hope you found this valuable, this quick training on themes. I hope you learned how to customize maybe something you didn't know. I hope you did find it valuable and worth your while. I definitely had fun preparing for this and learning more about themes. All right, it looks like we do not have any questions, but please reach out if you do. As I said, I hope you enjoyed this time today. I definitely did. If you have any feedback or questions, please feel free to give me a call or an email. I would love to talk to you about Unite. Thank you.